be in here if they don't feel safe. Choose who can participate. Set a delay between messages. I don't need all that. Oh, shit. I already said this was not made for kids. So it's fine. So I can say shit. Shit, shit, shit. I'm going to change this filter. No. Oh, my God. That's a good one. No, no, no. Maybe. Maybe. Why am I just not getting live chat? Why is this something? Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Why do I have to abide by the guidelines? I'm not even a... I thought I was the only person that follows the rules anyway. I kind of like that one. Or that one. Or not that one. Or not that one. I'm just doing this right now so I can get more people in here anyway. I'm going to go with this one for now. Maybe. Boop. Oh my gosh. As far as it's gonna go. Okay. I think we might be... What can I add? Start a poll. I don't want to start a poll. What is this? No, I don't want to do that. No, 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 no. Okay. I watch people that have a lot more followers than me. They go live and they say they're going to take a minute to let more people join. So, I'm going to do that too. And maybe it'll work for me. Because the numbers have not been great. The numbers have not been great because apparently I haven't done anything lately to piss anybody off. Which is partly why I'm home one tonight. So much because I literally went from between 7 and 9 followers, literally 7, 8, 9 subscribers to my channel, and looked the next day and had, I want to say, like 280-ish, 285, somewhere around that, like in a day. And it was all people that fucking hate me. Like, literally. Like, I was told if I was shot between my eyes in my driveway and... What does that say? Oh, hi. And if I was shot dead in my driveway, in my yard, in my front yard, this person would not give a fuck about me. Would not give a fuck. But those are the people that watch my YouTube channel. So... I mean, I don't know why they felt like they had to subscribe. I feel like, I mean, I get it, like, people do stuff like that, but, like, you could have watched my videos and got enough material to, like, talk shit about me. I don't know why you had to subscribe, but either way, it's good. It's always good to look at, you know, data research and, you know, analyze it and just see, like, what's gonna do, like, what works and what doesn't. You know, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't trying to piss people off on purpose to get more followers. It's sad. It's very sad that it is, like, literally, I'm probably going to keep saying literally. I'm not going to apologize for anything ever again, by the way. If I apologize to a person, it won't be for using an expression like literally. Um, it will be because I actually did something, whether it be intentionally or otherwise, to hurt a person. When I apologize, it's sincere. It is. It's not saying I'm sorry. It's I genuinely have remorse and apologize and ask for your forgiveness for whatever it was that I did to you. This is what I did. I know that you're probably aware, but I want you to know that I'm also aware of not only what I did, but all the ways that it probably affected you negatively, all the ways that it hurt you or could have hurt you, all the ways that it was wrong, and all the ways that moving forward, if you, whether or not, I would hope that you would forgive me, but assuming that you want, depending on the severity of it, if you actually want me to continue to be in your life, here are all the things, and here's all the measures I will take to ensure that something like this never happens again. Because to me, that's what an apology actually is. It's not, I'm sorry that you feel like that, or I'm sorry, but you're wrong, or anything like that. Oh, no. Wait, what are you doing out there? I'm under a gazebo. Because I have to be somewhere away from everybody else because I hate people. All of them. Every single one of them. If you stay on here much longer, I'll probably hate you too. I'm at a gazebo and it's peaceful here and I love it. And I don't want to be around people right now at all because I'm disgusted by them. I'm disgusted that I am one. I'm disgusted that I continue to waste. And I don't say waste about much because even time isn't wasted. Anything that you put your time into, you can always either, a lesson to be learned or something. But literally, dealing with people that I actually invest my time and effort into treating with respect because I won't treat them any other way. But the energy that I put into it and seeing how just, it's just like, why is the chat on here now is what I'm really not understanding because I've never had people chat. Maybe I changed it because I said this wasn't suitable for kids is what it is. I've never had people on my chats because I always put that it was okay for kids. But I knew I was going to say fuck a lot, so I went ahead and said that no, it's not made for kids because it's not going to be made for kids because I really don't even know how to sum up how I feel right now besides just saying fuck, like a lot. And that's genuinely how I feel. Granted, this gazebo kind of takes softens the blow a little bit. It's because it's really cute. And it does feel nice outside. And also, I'm not going to let anything upset me to the point that I'm like, I don't want it to stress me out to that point. But you know what really set me off today? I'll tell you what really, this is like a carryover from Veterans Day yesterday. Which I'm also still just in shock of so, and maybe you guys can weigh in on this. We do fireworks to celebrate the 4th of July, Independence Day. Fireworks. In America. Because I'm sure I have a lot of people out there watching. Actually, I do have people. Okay. Let's see. You need to change your attitude. Go fuck yourself. Is that better? You need to get the fuck off my channel, immediately, because if you don't like my attitude now, you definitely don't want to see it in 0.5 seconds. How about that? Is that better? You got attitude problems. I do. You should go to school to be a fucking I don't even know. You're smarter than I could even comprehend. Let's see, 3 people here. You got attitude problems. Wait, you need to slow your attitude down. I'm just ramping it up. I'm actually not even getting warmed up yet. It's going to get so much worse than this. If you don't like this, you should probably keep yapping. I really was going to. I feel like every time I stop yapping, it's only to read these comments. But, I could literally do this all night. I didn't know this whole time that I didn't have my comments. I didn't know that this whole time I didn't have comments on. I've been getting on here and like talking to myself. I had no idea it was this easy to have people point out all the problems that I had in life, or I would have done this a long time ago. You're about to change my life right now. Person, what is your psychosuda? I love this. You and I are about to have fun. If you can handle me, because no one can. I have a feeling if you haven't even made it this far, like if you're already with the attitude stuff, like with the yapping, you're probably not going to make it past level 2. But that's fine, you know. I don't really expect much more from people. Oh my goodness. Anyway, with the fireworks, I was talking about fireworks and how we celebrate Independence Day traditionally by popping fireworks, and I don't know if anybody has ever since what it was, like the year 1777, I don't know that anybody has even, like, it's probably never crossed anyone's mind that might be the absolute most fucked up thing that we could possibly do to soldiers that are traumatized from war, literally fighting in battle, where, I mean, like the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof of the night that our flag was still there. Like, that's what is that, our national anthem? Is that not kind of messed up that we celebrate Independence Day by setting off, like literally setting off bombs in the air that traumatize these soldiers to the point that they literally have to like stay inside or like go to the VA and take like Valiums and stuff to even cope? I mean, like, they're struggling to make it through life as it is. And so not only do we do this, which is like, to me, a big fuck you, first of all, but then, we try to accommodate them by being like, oh, sit inside with the kids, like, go watch from the window, like, what? Does that really, like, because I'm hoping that I'm really being cynical, that maybe I do have a really bad attitude, and somebody can explain to me another reason that we would actually, like, reenact year after year the setting that was, the war zone that brought us independence, but also that watched people, probably people lost, people in their, whatever you call them, like their, battalions or whatever, platoons. I don't know. I mean, I've seen Forrest Gump, but, I mean, like, and then people that have gone overseas, like, that was like that was domestic, but like overseas, they're watching people's like babies get blown up by bombs and stuff. Like, we don't give a fuck, not only are we not sympathetic to them, but we actually go so far as to like reenact that trauma for them every year. Like, that is sick and twisted. So the fact that I'm even being told right now I have an attitude problem, I'm sorry, it doesn't bother me. Most people that have bad attitudes aren't bothered by the fact that someone tells them they have a bad attitude anyway. But I can assure you that being told that I have a bad attitude when I'm to the point that I'm so disgusted with humans in general because of shit like that, I'm sorry that it's not even like registering to me that you have any critiques on my attitude. You know what I mean? Let's see. Look, I'm honestly with you, and you swear at me. That's why I'm never honest with anyone. No. You should always be honest. And nothing's wrong with honesty, and nothing's wrong with swearing at somebody. I'm not offended by your honesty, so I don't know why you're offended by my swearing, really, is kind of how I look at it. And I don't know that I was swearing at you. I mean, I wasn't like, yeah, I guess I did say, did I say F you? Now you kind of got me questioning, like, how far I took it. Maybe I did take it too far. And a lot of people have worse attitudes than me. I have chose to really exert, or like kind of release some of my frustration, in the comforts of my own YouTube channel, that other people have chose on their own, that have decided to be a part of. And, and then of course I've chose to have their comments be, on here. So like, but again, I'm not getting offended by that, but I don't either, deliberately or like directly or passive aggressively take my frustration out on other people. you know, so I mean, we all have bad attitudes. We all do. Really, really bad attitudes. It's just a matter of, you know, how much yours hurts other people and how much of it is just you, you know, and how much of it is other people misinterpreting your attitude to begin with. Because you know, this world is so backwards that a lot of times you can say something to somebody with a smile on your face, and you could say in like a very, like, literally be like, hey, go fuck yourself. And they're like, you too, thank you, you're so lovely. You know, people are so confused and backwards and wrapped up in their own stuff that they just, and people have been treated like shit and talked down to and minimized and, you know, just like, you know, just treated with so much treated like condescendingly and belittled and like all that stuff, and it's like so deep in them that when they actually do get treated with respect, they literally get anxiety because it's so far from the way they're used to be treated that they just don't even know their body, like their central nervous system just rejects it. It's like stranger danger. They just don't understand it. And that's, you know, I mean, that's real. Like that really happens. Keep talking. That's a way to release that negative energy from your body and mind. That stress kill. It is. Did your parents treat you badly when you were a kid? Well, yes and no. You know, my parents were they were very good, bad parents. Not to say that that's any better or worse than, you know, blatant bad parents. I mean, you know, all parents make mistakes. You know, I mean, sometimes parents that love their kids too much could have, you know, bad, like damaging long-term effects. But no, my parents were just good enough parents that I didn't know that they were shitty parents, you know. And I'm not saying like boo-hoo me. I'm actually, this is gonna sound very this is going to sound however it's going to sound. My parents don't have shit to do with me now. Nothing at all. And they're alive and well. Both of them are. And so am I. And we don't fight. They do not talk to me. It's like I never even existed. And I would have never in a million years chose that. It hurts. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm almost 40 years old, and it hurts more than I would ever like to admit. Even talking about it right now, it really, like, there's a deep, you know, like, it like, actually makes my heart hurt a little bit. But it is very clear where I stand with them. And the pain that I feel is real, but it's not a fucked up dynamic like most people I watch, most people around me, I see that these family dynamics, and they're so fucked. Excuse my language, but they really are. And to me, that's the only silver lining. I don't know that I've seen, but literally maybe one or two, even halfway somewhat healthy family systems in my many, many years walking this earth. And I'm not bragging, but I do think I have a pretty good level of understanding of like psychology, and, you know, I'm very much in line with the Bible and how God loves and how he calls us to love, and the roles of a man and a wife, a husband and a wife, a mother and a father. I think that I'm a pretty good judge, if I don't say so myself, or if I can say so myself, of what that looks like. And I can tell you that I don't see it very often. Now, when I do, I promise you, I'm very quick to tell those people how blessed they are. I'm not an envious person. I'm not jealous. I'm not a must be nice kind of person. But I really do try to stress to people, anytime I see a person that has a situation that's, you know, more favorable than the ones that I've seen or the ones I've been in, or the situations that I'm, you know, currently in, I just try to tell them in a very kind, a much different demeanor than the one that I'm projecting right now. I try to tell them how rare it is and how blessed they are, and just to be grateful for it, you know, in a way that's not like, no, people can take things however they want to take them. But I just think that, you know, some people might not know that it's not common. you were were you rebellious one in your family? I can see this. Well, and that's the thing though. That's what's crazy about it, is that I'm really not though. As a matter of fact, my neighborhood is busy, busy, busy. I call it Little Haiti. There are cars nonstop driving through. You know, there's the intersection right in front of my house. There's a stop sign. You can either go left or right. I watch all the time, and you know that I have not seen one person that has came to a complete stop and used their blinker. Not one. Not a cop, not a FedEx driver, not an old lady, not no one. I don't know anyone. I really don't know anyone that follows the rules like me. I am a rule follower. I am like not like yes, most families have a black sheep, scapegoat, you know, the wild card, like basically every family dynamic, every family structure, you know, has one. But to be on the level that I am in regard, but to be as to be the amount of like shunned from my family, exiled from the town that I'm from, like to that extent, it really is baffling to me. Because, you know, and I do know why. But I do love it that you are, how many friends do you have? Friends, you are really like, I'm loving this right now. I love that you recognize my animosity and I resisted it for a whole like 30 seconds, and then you just I'm walking down over, you just pushed your way in like through like all my walls, or like all my like angry, like, you know, fuck you swear words, and you're asking me all these questions, and you're actually doing a very good job, which is why I'm talking right now as a defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh here. How many friends do you have? I wouldn't consider anybody my friend, and that's because I have a standard of what a friend should be, and you know, I have more acquaintances right now than I have in a really long time, because I've been very, very much kind of like isolated, you know, from the world. And I thought here recently that it was time to really just kind of like come out of, you know, like come out of my cave. And it's been like so refreshing. And I'm like, this is good. Like, I'm trusted it. I'm like, I'm healed from like, you know, the trauma and like the, you know, all the stuff, and I'm, you know, like not fearful of people and all that, and so I gave it an honest shot, and like I'm good. Like, I'm good. I don't like people. I don't like them. I don't like the way they behave. I don't like the stuff that I see, and I don't like it. And that's not me being that's about as real as I can be. I don't have trust issues. I don't, I'm going to sound very arrogant, and this is going to be a very bold statement, and you can take it, you know, you can whatever, but like, I genuinely think that I might be one of the most emotionally stable people. Like, I actually ask my ChatGPT all the time, like, quiz me, test me. I want to know. I'm really curious, like how I stack up, because I know comparison's not always a good thing, but really, I would love to know if there are, in fact, other humans that is emotionally stable, because I think that's part of the reason that I don't have, typically I'm not able to have, you know, really meaningful relationships with people, you know, but it's because people are so damaged. And I hate to say that, because even that kind of sounds like I'm being like, ooh, like I'm not, like, but I'm saying people have gotten so accustomed to everyone being put in a box, and either you're using them or they're using you, that to be straight up with a person is impossible. It doesn't compute to them. It does not compute to a person if you say either this is what I need from you, or you know, like, I'm gonna stop talking for a minute. I want you to like jump in, you know, help me, because I don't want to sound arrogant. I don't want to sound like I can't fuck with people because I'm so much better than them or anything like that. I want to meet people. I really genuinely want to meet people that are capable of what I know I'm capable of. And that's saying, hey, I need this from you and you need this from me. But also, that's not what I'm using you for. I like who you are as a person. I'm very capable of saying, I called you right now because I genuinely want to see how you're doing. And I'm genuinely here if you need anything. But tomorrow, I might call and say, hey, I need a ride or something. There's a difference. There absolutely can be. You know what I mean? I'm going to scoot up closer so I can see this. So no friends or family. I mean, I've had a boyfriend for 4 years that I live with. I have 2 children I have a son that's 15 and a daughter that's 13 that I have not been able to see for 6 years. I was a stay-at-home mom to them. I was married for 10 something years, and I was a stay-at-home mother to both of my children from the time they were born. Well, that's not true. I worked. I had a full-time job until they were like 2 and 4. And then I became a full-time stay-at-home mom until they were like 6 and 8. And, at that time, my husband and I divorced. And I lived in fear for about a year of hell after he, the whole victim, that whole deal. I'm not really a victim. I knew that he was going to take my children from me. I knew he was. And I believed for a long time that I actually did something to deserve that until I actually went back and read my journals from so many years ago and remembered how I just was crying and begging God and praying, I know I'm going to lose them. I know I'm going to lose them. He's going to take my kids from me, and I love them so much, and I see how damaged they are or how traumatized they are from everything that's happened, and I know that I could help them heal from everything, and they could have a shot at life, and he's not going to allow that to happen. And he took, and I hate to say he took the kids from me because they're not my possession. They're human beings. But I was a very good mother to them, and I like to say, rather than say that he took my kids from me, because I do think it's important to acknowledge that human beings are in fact human beings, and I don't know that anybody else sees that except me, but to word it differently, he ripped them out of my life, and he ripped my children out. One day my kids went to school and then never saw me again. And were, for about a year or two after that, living with their grandparents, and were told if they were to ever even see mommy in a grocery store to scream and run. So you can imagine the cognitive dissonance that causes in a child when yesterday mommy was mommy. That was at every book fair, that was at every, taught art lessons in school, and picked them up in carpool every day, and coached the softball and baseball teams. Neighbor is here, so okay. They know that I'm recording, so and then to have them say that mommy is mentally ill, and that she would, once she gets done climbing in trees, maybe she will be well and be able to be in your life again if she chooses to. It is this what? So no, it is this. I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't get it. Why did you retract your message? Why did you retract your message about no friends or family? Put it back. Unless you, what am I missing? Why are these messages retracted? I'm not going to say anything else until you answer my question. Because I want to know why they were retracted. Because I thought we were doing good. I guess maybe even Mr. Pick Your Brain Apart, Mr. Doctor Pick Your Brain Apart even couldn't handle this. I don't know. Or maybe he just has a life. Or she. I don't know. I know they are not about to come over here right now. This beats all I've ever seen. Speaking of not having anybody in my life, people are coming over here right now because I left my home to come sit out in the dark, rain, to film on my YouTube channel, and people are just crowding me from every direction. Like, I just can't even. You're going to, okay. Okay. I can't hear you. Okay. Love you too. Okay. Use your blinker. Every time. No matter if anybody's behind you or not. It's just a habit. It's muscle memory. You know, people don't realize how important consistency is. You know, it's the things we do when our emotions kind of start. When he literally uses the blinker to pull out of the parking lot. I love that. It is. I want to know why this person retracted their comments, because I thought we were onto something. You know, like I came on strong, and you were like, hey, like, you know, right back at you. And then I feel like we were kind of like digging into some stuff, you know? And then I'm not gossiping.
How's your train going? How many people you got yet?
Well, I had 762, but I'm down to 1.
One? What?
These algorithms. I don't want to bog you down with the details of the algorithm.
Cute setting, the lighting, and the
I think it is.
Hello.
This is Stephanie. This is my neighbor. Oh, look, there's a record.
Uh-huh.
Oh, did you see look, pull up that chair. This person asked all these good questions and like broke down my walls and was like, you know, oh, you have problems, like you have issues. And I was like, well, maybe, but like who, like, oh, wow. Like,
Who are you to tell me?
yeah, I was like, no, I mean like good eye. And then, oh, look at you. You're cute. And then, got me to open up about, oh, look, there's the Palestinians. You know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how, there are, you know, aircrafts that fly over our heads every night. And I don't know that anybody even notices or, you know, even questions what they are. And I don't know, guys, I don't know if y'all know this, but like, we don't have a lot of friends. Speaking of, asking me if I have friends, you know, America is not necessarily like the best. We're not like the voted like class favorite if it's high school. You know what I mean? My dad used to work in the oil field, and he worked in Azerbaijan, Turkey, and he worked in Russia. And he actually had to get out of the business altogether because people hated us so much that he said literally just having blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing a baseball cap over there was like
wrong.
But you know what? Kind of just to come full circle from how I started off this thing, I hate us too. So, do you have another cigarette?
Yeah.
Can I have one? The lighter blew up in Danny's hand. It was literally like
the big one?
Yes. It caught like a full fire. It was actually a really good thing though, because I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God, are you okay? And then I realized that he like really was okay. So I was like, are you, like, because I say all the time, like, you're a man, like, you're such a man, you're a man. I was like, you are a fucking like man. You are fine. I was like, give me a high five right now, like a real one. He fucking he was like, well, it stung a little bit. I'm like, well, it stung me a little bit because it was like a real high five, you know? This dude had a whole flame in his hand and took it like a champ. So, what is this? Was that your phone?
Yeah.
Is somebody back? Where did everybody go? What do I need to do? This is a rhetorical question. What do I need to do to get more people in here? You know what? Actually, I had more people logging on when I was saying I fucking hate everybody. And the person that was like, you have an attitude problem, I was like, really? Go fuck yourself. How's that for an attitude? The numbers were like skyrocketing.
Okay. I'm gonna contact Miss Chris. Maybe she can like help me out. Probably contacting any more in details. I don't really have to worry on that stuff. Crazy how they did that shit. Like, let him call me and everything, but like, really accept it because I don't have money on my book. Okay, whatever, bitch.
You know, I hope Mr. Charles comes over here on his fucking bike because I thought I was kind of like, maybe I was a little out of line last night because he's a veteran and I told him I wanted to fucking punch him off that bike on Veterans Day. But I stand by it. And if he does come by here, I really want to fucking punch him off that bike. He's fucking, people have gotten real comfortable with treating me like, did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
No.
You want to do that?
No.
You never watched Breaking Bad? So, Ted Beneke, this motherfucker, oh, actually, let me say this before I start talking shit about somebody. This time I'm going to talk shit about a fictional character so that I don't have to really, I won't take back, you know, I ain't taking that back because I meant it. But the person that I was talking shit yesterday about, the snake in the grass, that I did a little reconnaissance from, like I did some fact checking, and it turns out whether or not my vibes on people, like my read on people is usually not wrong because I usually don't think people are like, I'm usually not like that person's a piece of shit. But usually when I do think that, I'm usually right. However, to go on a live stream and say stuff like that and then have really nothing to back it on is very much not my style. So, what are the chances of this person ever even knowing who I am or watching my channel, or, you know, not be, or like any of those things are probably unlikely. But if anybody sees this and thinks I'm the kind of person that would talk shit about something like I did last night, I am not. And I'm literally like, I feel, I like that car. I'm very ashamed of myself for being that way. That was a very, very shitty behavior on my part. It really was. Can I, you know that later? And I really am. I broke my fucking, that blue thing earlier too. Like, shattered it, like, and screamed. Y'all, I screamed like, ah! And it felt good. It did. And then it was over, you know?
It felt so good to take that bath today. Like, it felt so good.
Did you use a bath bomb?
No, I used the Epsom salt body and muscle relaxer.
Did you bathe off afterwards? Did you shower off afterwards?
Yeah, I took a whole bath and did the whole 9 hours and everything.
You're supposed to when you use Epsom salt, because it pulls a lot of toxins out of like to your skin. You're supposed to like shower afterwards. But also, I made sure to use soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
also
use the dial soap because it's like,
it is anti-bacterial. You know, and it floats too, I think, doesn't it? Or that's Ivory. That's Ivory soap. My dad, who actually, let me see if anybody else is. Oh, come on, guys. This is fucking ridiculous. My dad had like a sit down talk with me one time, like a real heart to heart. And I feel like he was a little bit nervous about it actually. And was like, you.
Or a man. Walk over there. Is that a black man?
Ma'am. Oh, have you been over there this all day? Come over here. She was talking to the store clerk. Look, I bought the gazebo thing. I bought my stream and the gazebo thing. You know, I thought that this was going to be like the virtual manifestation of this party. You know, this was going to be like the virtual party that is like this party in real life. But I got to tell you, they're both kind of, you know, I mean, look, I have Patience. I'm not Patience. My name's not Patience, but hey, are you okay?
And I had to leave.
Why'd you have to leave?
Because me and a client had got into it.
Can you be on my live stream?
Oh, Lord.
Can you be on my live stream?
Live stream, what you mean?
I'm on YouTube right now. We're live. And I have 2-0. Is it 2 or people?
Me and a client
I
got
have
into it. And I was trying to, me and a girl got into it, and I was trying to explain to her that I wasn't the one that said that. Somebody else had said it, so it led into an argument, and they told me, well, just pack your things and go. And it was like, dog, in the middle of the night, who can I call?
Yeah.
So my sister was like, she had to go pick up her daughter. So I called somebody else, hopefully my brother will come get me. He said
Hey,
he would.
you know what? Fuck that place. Fuck that place. Cause
Man,
see that sign? See that sign?
No, I can't say that because I stay way in off of, you know where Burger King is in Foster? Foster in Florida?
Yes, ma'am.
That's too far from here.
Look, that I have a sign on my porch right now. See that big white painting? It says Rehab Recovery Center. Because when people leave that place, they need a place to go to fucking recovery from that fucking shithole. Fuck that place.
Man.
Fuck
I
that
did go
place.
up into that
Woodlake,
girl, came
fuck
up in my
them.
face and I was like, man, space. She went to argue
Is that
about
somebody in that car? That's the employee that's in that car? Okay.
That's that girl mother that worked. I had asked her
Okay.
for a cigarette.
Did they give you all your stuff in a trash bag?
In a trash bag, yeah.
Right, but you probably didn't bring it in a trash bag, did you?
No, I didn't bring it in a trash bag. I bought it in suitcases, but my mother came Ben got the suitcases, so I had to put it in garbage bags.
Yeah, no, fuck that place. They are shitty over there.
And they treat you. It's like if you try to explain a problem, she's gonna talk about. I heard you walk. I seen you walk. How did you see me walk up in her face? And she just walked up in my face and said about you don't get into. Say for instance, if I ask you for a cigarette, she walked up and said I wouldn't give her now. So I said, hold up. You don't know me. Back up off.
Well, and when I was there, they gave me community cigarettes. I didn't even smoke. I started smoking.
That's what I asked for, community cigarettes. And guess what? The woman went to tripping about it.
You know, I mean, you know how long
I thought you
there?
said something smart. I said, no, I just asked, did we have any more community cigarettes? Because I was out until
What's your
next
name?
week.
You don't have to tell me, like, you are. I mean, I don't have a lot of followers.
Linda.
I'm Lindsie.
Okay, Lindsay.
Fuck that place. Fuck them. I was there for 4 hours.
Girl, I'm like,
Fuck
and
that
next
place.
week I had a ride and going home because transportation brought me here. And they was gonna have, they was gonna bring me home, but you got to call like 3 days in advance.
Yeah. Are you going to be in trouble, like, with drug court or anything? Are you
No,
required to be
I'm not court
You were
ordered
just
on
trying to do better for your life, huh?
Life, that's
Oh,
right.
strike one right there. Oh, they don't like that shit. Did they put you in a gown, a hospital gown to do your
Yeah, you had to
you
had to squat and do like this, like you're going
But
to
then you had a
jail
gown on there, right?
A gown on,
You know why? Because I told them, because I had to stand over there butt naked so they could stare me up and down. I said, have y'all never seen a real woman?
And when you go to the bathroom and they do their assessments, they stare at you. Swat, like you had to do like you.
Like they just don't know what it, like.
Yeah, I'm like.
I'm sorry that you
I
did
said,
not.
damn. What does I have in my bra? If you flip my bra inside out, ain't nothing fair. What's supposed to fall out my body? I said, oh,
Was Twitch over there?
I don't know that.
Fuck them. Fuck all those people over there.
Those are true.
They are. That is.
I hope my brother come get me tonight.
If he doesn't, girl, you can stay at my house. You don't. I mean, look, because
I was like, oh my God. Now she gonna say up and up. Oh, you know what? Another tech came in. Well, you're gonna have to leave because they said the girl said that you put your hands on her. I said the only thing I walked up in her face and said, "Get back."
You barely touched her.
Barely touched her. She made like
sometimes,
I was the rumbling on her.
Well, you know,
so she
sometimes
came in there and say, "Pack your bags." I said, "No, dude. I know this is a joke. It got to be a joke." Then I laughed and she said, "I'm serious. Pack your shit and you got to go."
Why didn't you let her go?
She's still in there.
Why didn't you let her go?
But like I told him, I said, if both of us got into it, and which is we did, why you can't make her leave?
Turn that music off, please.
I'm not gonna make her leave because it did not. She seems like she didn't do you nothing. You did her.
She seems like they probably asked you before they got any further. They probably asked what your DOC is because look, I asked a lady in there. Literally said, "What's your name?" I said, "What's your name?" She said, "Heroin and meth." I said, "Ma'am, I asked you your name. They have already have you so brainwashed here that you don't even identify as your name anymore."
Shit, my name is Linda.
I'll tell you, I came over there with a little little bitty cute little.
I told them marijuana.
I told them anthrax and glitter. I said, "You don't fucking know nobody like me." I said, they had to squint to see if I barely even failed the drug test to even get in that shithole. And when I went to leave, they tried to get me.
This is my first time ever going there because I went to the one they got over there on Foster. They are not nothing like this.
Fuck that place. Fuck this place. They are pieces of shit. Well, let me tell you, I had a little suitcase. I live right there. I had a little suitcase. They come in, this motherfucker comes in there and is digging through all my shit, asked me can I lock my phone because he unlocked it. I said, first of all, they're reading me the rules right now. She said, it's fine. I said, no, it's not fine.
She said, we couldn't even have a phone. She took my phone.
Oh, let me tell you, out of all the things that they dug through my stuff, I had a bag of glitter.
You couldn't have now one of those.
Oh, he wouldn't go through my bag of glitter. I said, do you know that if I was going to smuggle
them
drugs in, I think that a bag full of glitter would be, or a bag full of confetti would be the perfect thing. It was a clear plastic bag like this, like a chip bag almost, but clear, full of confetti. I said, you're not going to go through that, are you? He said, no. I said, yeah, I know you're not, because you didn't put any of my other shit back in the where you found it.
She checked the hell out of me and then gonna ask me sign a consent form. I got all of my belongings and everything. I put it in my bag. And I said, y'all meant to tell her, you gonna tell her to go back to her room and lay down and go to bed?
Fuck that place. Did they take a picture with you on an iPad?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I said, I'm gonna need y'all to delete that. Because
I'm gonna need you to
but they never even got my ID. They never got my ID. They never got my driver's license, my insurance information, nothing. They told me they were gonna charge me $1,000 if I didn't stay there for 3 days. I said, you think I'm gonna pay you $1,000 to fucking treat me this way? They said in the AA meeting no reference to the Bible lowercase b. I said, that's my cue. I got to get the fuck out of here. And yes, I believe in Jesus. Not only do I don't believe in Jesus,
I hope he come and get me. That's what I'm mostly worried about, because I'm
worried about Jesus. You ready for Jesus to come back and get you? I am too, man. Woo! As long as the fire that rains down on that fucking place, I don't even want to get second-degree burns from it, because that place is so wretched and disgusting and so full of it's evil, it's cold, it is literally, I had to, when I walked in the, you know that, it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Their food is not like regular food that you get in place. They give you like breakfast like in a uniform.
They give them a sandwich in a plastic bag, and people are wheeling and dealing their stuff like drugs, it's dope bag. One girl said, look, I can tie these sandwiches like a dope bag.
Sure can, and walk through it and you never know. But it don't be a dope bag. It be like a snack pack or chips.
One of the girls that was in there was there for fentanyl, and they gave her Phenergan.
Now, see, you couldn't even much have them in there. They'll take them from you.
But you can't talk about the lowercase b-I-B-L-E.
Like 3 cigarettes a day.
Oh, no.
Sugar packs. You can't get sugar packs for your coffee. You have to sit up there like a little kid and go, can I have another How many sugar packs have you had?
None.
What the fuck?
I had one this morning. I don't get another sugar pack. You meant to tell me I'm gonna drink my coffee.
But you know the guys can walk to the store and get cigarettes and walk back over there, and they don't even have to they don't have to search them or nothing. I watch them.
No.
And then they use this dumpster. I would love to know when they have dumpsters over there what they're coming over here and putting in the dumpster, because I guarantee you it's empty dope bags, because I guarantee you out of all this whole neighborhood, the most drugs are probably fucking in there. Woo, that place is fucking wretched.
Alright,
Ooh.
Sorry.
Can I borrow the lighter again?
Yeah. Would you like another cigarette?
Yeah. I'm so
It's not.
it's
non-menthol though.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, but
I can't believe people don't leave. I can't believe people don't leave there, and the fatality rate's not higher than it probably is, because that place will fucking tear a person down more than anything I've ever seen. It's disgusting. It makes me sick.
You're right. Thank you, Lord.
It really does. And you know, that's what we were talking about. That's what I was saying. I started thinking about.
I'm looking at
those people actually.
Use the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
You literally.
Get something to drink or something.
Right.
They
They don't give a fuck. They don't give
tell
a
me
fuck.
I can't get a bottle of water. I can't get a soda or something.
Yeah.
They.
Oh, man. And my mom been putting that on my books. So
and then the crazy thing is, those people actually lie to themselves and say they want to help people. But the people that work at correctional centers.
That's the line. There was a dude out here.
What kind of shit?
I know a pack of cigarettes my son had bought me when I was there. I know they got taken. And I think they ended up issuing them out like for community. And I'm like,
that's my pack.
That's my pack of cigarettes.
Why are you?
But see, I let that walk. Why would you just get my pack of cigarettes and keep it and just distribute them out like that?
Yeah. You know? That's so wrong. But I met a dude that was out here when I came back to my mom's house, because I moved out of my mom's house and everything. I was saying, did my life, lived my life and everything, and trying to live back my life, go back to my old stuff. Me and my ex, he's in jail for like 2 months right now. We're doing some stupid stuff. But like, I'm trying to get back in contact with him, like live our life again, because we had 2 dogs, we had 2 pit bulls. We were living in Alpha O'Neill. You know what O'Neill is?
O'Neill, yeah, I know where.
Okay, we were living right in there, that little subdivision, Geraldine area.
Well, you are on.
Okay, well, you know Monterey. I used to live right there in Sherwood off of
They don't know how much of a they don't know how famous I am, or they wouldn't be giving out all their information like this.
From what you're talking about.
Man, fuck that place.
Fuck that place. That came out there.
Y'all think I have a bad attitude? You haven't seen nothing yet.
And all he had was a
Damn it, what's going on in
We
here?
gave him his bag back.
What is a community cigarette? Oh, what is a community cigarette? Well, when somebody goes to rehab and they don't completely hate themselves, and they, because you know you got to be a real scumbag when you go there apparently. So if you don't smoke, which I didn't, they gave me cigarettes, you know. But the people that smoke, that ask for one, they tell them no. These people are a whole level of shitty that most of you can never even fucking comprehend. I encourage you, whether you have a drug problem, even if you got to just do some drugs just to fail a drug test just to get into a place like that, just to see how fucked up it is. Y'all, it is bad. What is this? Sweetheart, let's see. I'm here. Ooh, you're here and you're queer, huh? What is a community cigarette? Y'all, this place, I have never seen anything like it in my life. And I keep telling, I keep telling my boyfriend, because my boyfriend, his dad actually died in this building but it wasn't it wasn't a rehab facility, it was a nursing home. And I'm not stupid, I understand that it's a different business, it's a whole different deal, but these spirits the spirits that are in a region, they don't go away with the when the LLC changes. You know, they're there. And there's a spirit that is over that whole place, and it's bad. And I knew when I heard the details. I mean, you know, when a person dies, you know, things should add up, and they don't hardly ever. So when you're telling me that your dad, that's like a big, strong, healthy man, all of a sudden his health deteriorates to the point that it, like a really, like when my boyfriend was like still in high school, this man's in a nursing home. And then when you know, just in passing conversation, because my aunt was actually in a nursing home, and she kept getting rushed to the ER for having having a fever. They kept saying talking out of her head. When people talk out of their head, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have dementia or Alzheimer's. It could be, but that their fever is spiked. They could have an infection that is so bad. And the reason that people get infections and stuff like that is because they're not being, they're sitting in their own ways. They're not getting changed enough. It literally is neglect. And so when he was telling me these things, I'm like, hey.
Hello.
Yeah, it was like, I'm putting the pieces together, and I'm like, these people were treated worse than animals. They were. And, you know, and it's like, you know, and this kind of goes along the line, it's kind of in, you know, under the same, what am I trying to say? As far as I know you're going to be like, how am I about to bring this back to the fireworks for 4th of July and shit? But it's all trauma. And what happens is...
the person, the man, he was sitting out there with a whole bag of chips, like a super full of chips. And he's like, you can have some if you want. I'm like, oh no, I'm good. Like, I don't want to take your stuff because you might need it. And he was trying to get his family to come get him and everything. He came out of there, and he goes, they took my money just like in jail. Like, you know how you put money on your books and everything?
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you. Those people do look like they steal, but thank God I didn't need.
They'll steal, if they're not, I'd rather them steal my material shit, because they'll try to steal your fucking soul.
I know a pack of cigarettes of mine got snatched, and they was giving out, distributing them like they bought them.
And HIPAA violations, ooh, HIPAA violations are something different. I mean, because look, you know, we can't even really, what organization does protect basic human rights anymore? Like, that's just kind of like a joke. But HIPAA really is something, that is a medical facility. That is a mental health facility that is protected by HIPAA rights that are not just, I mean, it's your information cannot just be talked about like that. I should not know the guy next to me how many rehab facilities he's been to previously, you know.
Separate rooms until you cool down or something like that.
Or give her the booty shot.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
calm her down.
But
I'm
not
gonna hit
just-
you back up when you know. Okay. I'll hit you back when y'all get back to the house or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
It's kind of
That's
rainy
good.
out here and like kind of drizzling.
Kind of drizzly. Kind of drizzly. Yeah.
But it was nice meeting you,
All right. My name is Linda.
Linda. Speaking of Miss Linda, there was a lady my dad works with at his job.
But a lady named Linda probably. Oh,
Yes,
okay, but
indeed.
they clam
And
up
she
like
is,
this.
and if she is the most loveliest lady you could ever meet, and like
Yeah.
she's got a big smile and everything. And she works at Castle Agent right here by the sheriff's office.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right,
Right
it's
over here.
even.
I think it's on the way or somewhere.
We're gonna wait till,
Somewhere, exactly, but like she works there. She's a young lady. She doesn't really have to work.
I can't even
She chooses to work.
Work.
She wants her independent
And then,
and
right.
get her money how she needs to get in, what she's got to do and everything with her money. And she's got a good husband and takes her well and everything like that. I think she passed her. Her name was Miss Linda. It was like,
Okay. Well, Linda is popular. Linda is a very blessed name.
well, it's nice seeing you. I'm gonna go hang out in my front yard or backyard or maybe inside. I don't know yet. I haven't
Oh,
figured
I
it out.
might be out here all night. Hopefully I get home.
My name is Lindsie. Mike.
You can have a seat right here if you want. You know, and I had brought this chair out here, and I forgot there was a chair
At first,
here.
when y'all didn't see me when I first came out,
No, she probably
it
did.
had some. I looked like somebody was sitting out here because I kept looking like this because I had asked the lady, could I sit in front of, the store until Mariah comes? She said, sure. And she gave me a couple of boudins for the, and I said, thank you very much. And she was saying that she was going to close up. I told her I wasn't going to be long sitting. Hopefully Mariah should be coming within a swiftly because I don't live up this way. My sister have an ex used to live up towards this way, Denham Spring. I'm like, oh.
All right, well, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Bye, girl.
Hopefully you get your ride home. If not, Miss Lindsay will more than likely help you. She's pretty good at that.
Shoot, I wish I had a car I could drive.
I don't help the way that other people help. I
But
don't.
take that little
I'm
truck
almost to the
right
point
there,
where I
that
don't
cheap
even
truck.
want to
Drive
use the
off
word
it.
help because it has became such a. It's just a.
Stop, don't give me no
That word
ideas now.
I'm
I
damn near
could drive
associated
if I had a
with
car.
It was nice
fucking-
meeting
It
you.
was nice meeting you too.
assault. To say you want to help, to say somebody wants to help you, that to me, you better proceed with caution because anybody that wants to help
Last night-
you
You too, ma'am.
don't want nothing. They're the most dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, put somebody next to me, two people side by side. One of them's got a pocket knife that they're pointing at me. The other one says they just want to help me. If I have to choose, I'm gonna choose the one with a knife. Cause at least I know at least I kind of know what direction, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what the threat is. These fucking helping people that want to help, get the fuck away from them. They don't want to help you. They're sick. They don't know what they want to control you or break you down or just, it's so fucking sick. It's so sick. Help. I just want to help you. Okay. Well, the first thing, let's start here. When someone wants to help you, the first question they should ask is, how can I help you? Or actually, let me back up. Do you want my help? Before we even get into the whole, like, I just want to help you. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to help you. There's no trying to it. When someone is willing to help you, the first thing should be, A, do I have your consent? Do you consent to me even offering my help to you? And B, how can I help you? In what way do you need help? Because yesterday was Veterans Day and I was on a live stream. So all of my, 17,962 followers, wink, wink, watched me walk from, and it's a big neighborhood. This man was carrying a backpack, groceries, something on his shoulder. He had sweat dripping down his nose and a shirt that said Army, and I knew he was a military or a veteran before he even said he was. But I asked him about 2 or 3 different times, did he want help carrying his stuff? And he said no. And I asked him when we passed my house and we kept walking, I said, do you want me to, is it okay that I'm walking with you? He said, yes, actually, I really could use the company. Now, that told me that everything I needed to know. If I would have wanted to just hold his bags for him, that's not what he wanted. People will tell you what they want. A lot of people don't want help. A lot of people are fucked up to the extent they are because people have been telling them that they need help. You need help. You need help. Look, I don't need help, and I don't go around telling people they want help. If somebody wants help, ask them.
Do you need
Yes.
any help?
Do you? How
And if
can I help
want
you?
Help, I can help you. But if you don't want help, and then some of them tries to get help and try to tell how to help, how you gonna tell me how to help you? And I know what to do to help you.
Right. It's fucking sick. It's sick. And it's like, let me go into a restaurant. Let me walk into a restaurant and they say, hey, this is where you're going to sit. This is where you're going to eat. This is how and when we're going to bring you out your food. That's not how it works. And that's even in that's a basic that's a basic interaction that people, it's very common to have someone serve you in a restaurant. They get compensated for it. You get what you ask for, and that's a very basic, fundamental, experience for a human being. Yet you go somewhere where people are actually in fucked up situations, and you have other individuals that, for whatever reason, think they have qualifications or credentials that give them the right to fucking help people, and they want to have this sense of power. They talked to my boyfriend outside they were telling me about the whole conversation that they had with my boyfriend while I was sitting there butt ass naked, and they were trying to figure out, because the one girl was like, well, no, I know, because I was in an abusive relationship. Okay, well, first of all, that doesn't okay, so why the fuck were you outside talking to my boyfriend then? If he struck you, if you got a vibe from him that was, he might be dangerous, why the fuck were you outside talking to him? You were trying to figure out whether or not he was the abuser, the threat, or whether I was the victim, whether I was the one saying, whatever, because one of us I said, I'm sorry, I don't understand what this has to do with me being here for treatment. And I hate to go back to the whole HIPAA laws, because I hate to be a stickler for the rules, especially in a situation where there's people that can't even function. Literally, the first step in Alcoholics Anonymous, we admitted that we were powerless to drugs and alcohol, that our life had become unmanageable. If someone's life has become unmanageable, the thing that they should value, almost the only thing more important to them, should be God or their higher power. Getting free from the substance that they've been, powerless to, and learning some fucking routine, rules, discipline, learning how to manage their own life. Because if your life is unmanageable, obviously you're not much for rules, structure, discipline, routine. These are not things that have probably been a predominant force in your life. So when you go to a place like that and they go to read you the rules and you can't hear because the douchebag behind you is fucking breaking down cardboard boxes, and you ask politely if he can either keep it down or just stop altogether because it's fucking rude, and they say it's fine. No, it's not fine. No, it's not fine. You know why? Exhibit A. This girl apparently didn't follow the rules. I don't know. Did she even get them read to her? I don't know. They can't follow the rules because they're addicts themselves. The only thing they stopped doing, and they might not have even stopped doing drugs, they saw how quick it was to climb the ladder of power. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you, if you think you're the king of the fucking neighborhood addict club, you think you are the ringleader of a bunch of fucking drug addicts, and I'm not saying that to degrade anyone that is, but I'm saying, what have you accomplished? Do you feel good about yourself? I know they do. They feel good about themselves because they are the boss over people that are literally detoxing off of drugs. They're still trying to figure out which way's fucking up and down. That's pathetic. That's fucking pathetic. And the ones who aren't 60 days out of rehab themselves are genuinely decent human beings that actually want to make a difference. And maybe they have ulterior motives. Maybe the motivation that they have lies in, they lost a sibling or a loved one to addiction or something like that. And that can very easily go, kind of go into a negative, it can go into an unhealthy, situation too. But There are people that genuinely get into this line of work to help other people that genuinely care. And some of them are even qualified and competent enough to do so. And they get so bogged down with passing out sugar packets, acting like, that they're so overwhelmed and exhausted that they end up resenting everybody.
That'll be my last time coming there. When I leave from here tonight, I won't be coming there.
Fuck that place. Fuck that place. And you know that after I left there, I heard from somebody in the neighborhood that they were going to do a baptism thing.
Another girl had left earlier today. She was like 2 months pregnant, and she got into it with one of the texts. And they told her, just to leave. And she left early. I said, this must be bad luck. And
oh no, or it's just that fucking common.
That's right. Either it's just this fucking place. It's just.
It is. It is.
And
Sometimes they'll have.
I said right after she left, and she left walking, it was daylight there. And I'm like, wow, Lord, I hope this woman.
This woman really was getting off of fentanyl, and left that place because of how shitty they were treating her. The tech that let her leave, didn't try to talk her into leaving, into saying, walked outside with her, and when the girl was smoking a cigarette, was saying, oh yeah, girl, that used to be my favorite part of getting high, was getting high and having sex. I'm sitting there the whole time, I'm like, mind your business, mind your business. When she said that, I said, what the fuck did you just say to her? Oh, no, I don't do that anymore. I'm clean, I'm married now. I said, well, aren't you just upstanding citizen? You're fucked up is what you are. Do you smoke cigarettes? No, I don't smoke cigarettes. Okay, so you are on the clock right now. You are on somebody's dime right now. Somebody's paying you to stand outside with a patient that just left your facility. You're not talking her into staying. You're talking her into not coming with me because you know that she has a better chance, which, by the way, she left and got back with her boyfriend that's a drug dealer and is in AA every day now. Just side note, she did better off getting back with her boyfriend that is a fucking drug dealer than staying in that shithole. The woman was literally on the clock outside the facility, which I've worked jobs that were more respectable than that, where you couldn't just fucking walk around, leave your place of employment and just shoot the shit. At that point, she's just a citizen. She's just a person in the world. You're outside talking to her, telling her stories about getting high and having sex as she leaves this place. That's sick. All I could say was, you are sick. You're sick. My hands were shaking. I was like, I had to get the fuck away from this place. And I had filled out 4 hours I was there. I went back the next morning. I filled out like computer paper, 4 pages, handwritten. And I wasn't even halfway through all this shit. I had to leave because my hands were shaking so much because that place is so sickening.
And they have you writing your life skill story, about how you come up and all that. I mean, I had to have some writing. But thank God that I'm a high-grade education person.
Oh, that was strike 2 right there. Look, I'm telling you, wait, so you're here on your own will just because you want to do better for yourself. Strike 1. That means you're a free thinker, and you want better for yourself. You have to have a little bit of self-respect to want better for yourself. They don't like that shit. Then you have a good head on your shoulder, like in the book sense. Strike 2, because these motherfuckers don't have any of that. The girl was wearing a shirt. I was wearing my Army. I have like an Air Force jacket. She was wearing a Harvard sweatshirt. The employee. I said, "Did you go to Harvard?" She said, "Fuck no. You think I'd be working here if I went to Harvard?" I'm like, well, I guess I wouldn't be here either if I was in the Air Force. I said, but actually that's not true on either part. But also, like, why the fuck was she not wearing clothing? Why was she wearing, like, they're supposed to wear, like, one lady had on black scrubs, and she looked so professional, y'all. And don't you know that she carried herself that way too? There's some good people over there. You probably don't even.
I ain't gonna say everybody that worked there is not good. They got some good people.
And that's what makes me even more sad, because I said, and look, do you know that when I went back the next morning, I went back on Monday morning at 8:30, and I had everybody that was on the, on staff there, got to come outside on the cameras and talk to me. because I wanted just as much as I wanted everybody to show. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not Karen. Let me speak to your manager. I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to work my way up the chain of command for a reason, because I wanted them to see if Mr. Gomez happens to look into this, if he one day just decides he wants to see how this lovely facility that he's put. I saw an email on the wall that he had sent out to the staff that was it was talking about Paul and his letter to the Corinthians, and this man is a man of God. This man, I could see it. I could just see it in his writing. He had a heart of gold, and if he knew that that facility was being ran like that, y'all, he would probably, I don't even know. And I don't know this man from Adam, and I haven't talked to him yet because I'm not that person that's going to try to go all the way to the top. But I let every one of those staff members, from the techs at the bottom all the way to the women at the top, that were putting their fingers in my mouth, in my face, saying, "You're intoxicated." I said, it's 8:30 in the fucking morning, and yesterday I had to do a breathalyzer. So go get it. She said, "I don't have time for you." I said, "I'm not going to say another fucking word to you until you go get that breathalyzer and get that fucking pen out of my face." And she dropped it right in front of me. I said, "That's fine too." Everybody had a chance to show who they were on camera. And you know what? If Mr. Gomez never sees it, guess what? God did. And that's not me going around pointing my finger or asking to speak to the manager. I wanted it to be very clear to God and anybody else who gave a shit. Those people that cared, they're at the bottom going, we don't know how to help you. I said, you have done a great job, and you are doing what they spend their time running around cleaning up the messes. You know, the Lauren is her name. Lauren called me that Sunday night from a cell phone. The tech gave me her cell phone to talk to Lauren. I said, "Why couldn't you have that on a recorded line? Why could you not call me on the recorded line?" "Well, because the call wouldn't go through." I said, "That's bullshit. You knew it was going to be recorded, and you knew that I hadn't been here long enough to y'all hadn't even had a chance to fuck with my head enough. You knew when you fucking talked to me the first time, you knew what fucking time it was. That's why she put her pin in my face and said, 'You're intoxicated.' I said, 'Go get that breathalyzer right now.' I bet you won't. Call the cops. You guys are real quick to fucking call the cops on people. Call the cops on me. I bet you won't. And don't you know, the cops just so happened to show up that morning. They were serving people, you know, or something. And the cops came over and talked to me. We're good. Had a nice talk, you know, just kind of shot the shit for a minute, and they went on their merry little way. Because you can't commit. What were you here for yesterday? I said, you think that if you can get me to say why I was seeking treatment yesterday, it's going to get you to paint me in a light that makes me seem unhinged? No. I left that shithole at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, went right back home to my house, walked in the back door, grabbed a piece of pizza because my boyfriend probably didn't feel like cooking a full meal like he does every night, because I wasn't there, and ate a piece of pizza, hugged him, told him I loved him, and I was, because you know why I went? I went because my boyfriend said he cared about me and he was worried about me. And I knew that I didn't have a problem, but of course that's what all addicts say. But I knew that I can recognize real care, because most people don't really care. I know what it looks like because I've seen that. There he is. I've seen what it's not. So I know that when a person cares about you in that way, you do what you don't get defensive. You don't be like, "Oh, fuck you," like I'm not doing that. I said, what can I do that'll make you feel better? What can I do to make you not worry about me? He said, "Go to rehab." I said, "I'll go right now." I had my suitcase already packed, just with glitter and shit in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I walked right over there, gave him a hug, and left. And was like, and then when I called him, it was only to ask for a different shirt, because they had taken the safety pins out of my shirt, and was on the phone asking the people on the other side of the thing, "Can you bring her, she doesn't have any clothes. She needs to call her boyfriend to bring her some clothes. She's a tiny, tiny little thing." Why can they say stuff like that? Because see, to me, that was already, because you know, there you go. Now you know my drug of choice, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they treat people, it's not okay. And I've been to rehabs a lot, and I've never had to strip down naked, not one time. I've never, and Lauren told me, the lady, the whatever higher up she was. She said, that's not part of our admissions process. I said, you want to bet? She said, that's not part of our, I said, well then why the fuck was I standing there naked in front of 2 of your techs? Had to bend over and squat. If it's not part of y'all's admissions process, then that's really, really disturbing, don't you think? Not okay. There's a sign that says, and I mean, I'm probably in all honesty, I probably am on the spectrum. That's fine. I think I have a good sense of humor. I think I'm emotionally intelligent enough to where I pick up, you know what I mean? Like I think I'm okay, but also if I did have autism, when it would be like the most prevalent would be when I see signs that say, wash your hands and say your prayers because germs and Jesus are everywhere. Okay, because I get it. After I say it like that, I'm like, it rhymes and it's cute. But when I look at it the first time, my initial thought is, are you washing your hands because of the germs and saying your prayers because of Jesus? Like, because it makes it sound like you're washing your hands because Jesus is everywhere. It's all backwards. Everything's backwards over there. They have a sign that says the time, the 3 times a day that the coffee will be picked up. They don't tell you when coffee's going to be served. You know why? Because the people over there don't give a fuck about serving anyone. They want to know how many minutes it is until they can go over there and jerk that coffee pot up and say, even that, you know, what do addicts love more than a fucking cup of coffee and a cigarette? That, I'm sorry, but if you are in recovery, that is a life to you. Is AA meetings, your big book, a cigarette, and a fucking cup of coffee. And they love nothing more than to jerk those fucking coffee pots up. It said, coffee will be... like coffee time ends at like 8:30 a.m., 12 o'clock p.m., and like 6 p.m. or something. That tells me, and most people kind of don't even look that much into it, but I do because that's how backwards shit is over there.
If you know that sugar and that cream, I know that much, but they'll leave the coffee.
Oh yeah, I said, what about the mustard packets? Because I'll fucking drink those mustard packets. I said, when you see how happy I am, and you start to think maybe it's because of those mustard packets, are you gonna start counting them too? You know what I mean? Like, they had caution hot liquids, and they had a Gatorade cooler under it. Like, when I tell you everything there is so fucking backwards, they told me, you can't look at the men, you can't look at them, you can't, she said, act like they don't exist. I said, what do the guys have to do to us? Well, no, I said, no, I want to know, do the guys get to look at us? Well, I mean, sometimes they do. I said, so if my problem in life is not drugs, let's say it is being with worthless piece of shit men that are so insecure and damaged that they treat women awful or abuse women, do you think that maybe it's not a good idea to have the women prancing around in their shirts that you took the safety pins out of so my midriff's showing, and I'm prancing around with my nose turned up acting like they don't fucking exist, and they're sitting there you know, and then you're like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. Oh my God, don't look at me. What the fuck is wrong with them? That's not okay. If the men can't look at the women can't look at the men. Period. And why did you take the safety pins out of my shirt? I guess because I'm gonna kill myself, but then you gave me a razor. You know what I mean? And why did they put me in the very first room? That's how you know I was trouble from the right out the gate. They fucking knew. They had my name. They got twisted. Trish said,
I was in a room with 2 more other girls.
They put me in that very first. It was probably 30 degrees in that room when I walked in there. It was bad.
And that room is old looking.
Nasty. It's like, it's not even like a hospital. It's like a fucking run down, like nasty, dilapidated, used to be a hospital. Now it's like it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And they're sick over there. They are sick over there. You know, and I'm not, look, this might sound, I'm just being, if I'm gonna be straight up and talk shit about everybody, I'm not gonna sit here and, I don't really brag, I don't say good things about myself. I don't value physical appearances a lot, but when I walked out there and those women saw me for the first time, I saw their eyes light up, and I knew that it was gonna go one of two ways. One of two ways. I can't talk. One of two ways. Either they were gonna look up to me and, oh, you're so pretty, and it was gonna boost my ego, or they were gonna be jealous of me and they were gonna fucking, go in for the attack. So real quick, I said, look, I ain't got no hair. I'm bald. My teeth are fake. My titties are fake. The only thing that's real is my eyes. So now that we got out of the way, what's up, ladies? Are we gonna have fun here or what? And we did. But I'm not. But I let one of those girls, this one woman, and she was so sweet and so. I mean, I say woman. I mean, she was like a fucking grown. You know, I mean, she was a little bit older than me. But she literally, y'all, she put my wig on. I had like a long blonde one. It was like this except blonde. And she kept just, you know, because she had bottom of her hair. So she said, you don't lose your hair because of fucking math. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. You lose your hair because you're around fucking people that stress you out to the point that you pull that shit out. But anyway, she was very pretty. But y'all, she kept looking at me. I said, do you want to try this on? I said, is that gross? Like, is it gross? Because I don't mind. And I, you know, and I just took it off. And I said, when she put it on, I looked at those girls. I said, watch this. Watch how she gets up. And y'all, I kid you not, this woman got up and went. And wasn't even joking. I mean, y'all, she had like, I'm telling you, her confidence was like through the roof. Just from putting that hair on. And I was like, and it made me so happy. I didn't even, and I'm usually, I say I don't value, like, I don't put a lot of stock in physical appearance, but I have not just showed my bald head like that, especially not with a group of like, what, 20 women, 15 women maybe, that I just met. But y'all, it never even crossed my mind that I was sitting there bald as could be. I was watching her. She felt so good about herself. And like I said, physical appearance is not everything. But there's something about, I mean, it did something to her. And she went inside to get, I don't know, something. And that lady said, don't ever do that again. Give that back to her right now. And I'm like, of course, I'm like, was it against the rules? Don't do that. Don't let anybody else wear your hair. I said, is it against the rules? Because she didn't bully. I'm not a fucking pushover. She didn't force me to do it, and I didn't force her to do it. But if I'm allowed to have this, and I let her wear it for a minute, and it bothers you so much that she felt good about herself, if that's the problem, oh, y'all, I get so worked up about it. So worked up about it. And the crazy thing is, I thought that, because the first time that I met a woman that was, because I've been saying, we've lived over here for a year. Oh, okay. And I've been saying, I need to bring some paintings and stuff over there. But something, I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to do it yet. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know why. But the first time that I met somebody that had left there, that was from out of town, you know, right. that was in a fucking bind, you know. The reason that I even knew she was over here was because I had to dispose of a dead cat that was on the side of the road right here. You know, my dogs, I let my dogs out because we have big dogs, and, you know, it's a fenced-in area. But I could tell that they were upset about something. And when I looked, I mean, the cat, it couldn't have happened that much. You know, it had to have just happened. But, you know, that everybody in this neighborhood left for work. And not one person, even my boyfriend, nobody did anything. And then come to find out, the person, one of the neighbors, I don't know how to say it, my boyfriend said, y'all, I guess the kittens were sleeping in the vehicle. He said when the person took off, like left their driveway to take off on our road to go to work, cats flew everywhere. So there were dead cats everywhere. And my boyfriend didn't even call me to tell me so that I could do anything. So I only realized it when I was, you know, letting the dogs out. I had I had a towel, like was wrapped up in a towel. And I was like, I'm thinking, okay, on one hand, I've got to dispose of this because this was a living animal. You know, this is a life, or was. So I just, you know, being like respectful to that. But then also on the flip side, it's a dead carcass that people that drive like fucking assholes around here, because they do, runs over it. Now that's getting into my dogs are like, I can't have, you know, that's like a health issue, you know, like a health concern. So I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? Because when I was in the shower, I heard the men over here with their machines, with their big scooper things. I heard them, but lo and behold, when I got out of the shower, they were all gone. So, you know, I just thought, I gotta do what I gotta do, you know. So I like took a deep breath, went inside, got a trash bag, and was, you know, and I heard somebody over here, and I looked, and you know, when white people say I'm not being racist, but you know they're about to be racist. Do you ever notice that when a white girl says, I'm not trying to be racist, but whatever they say is about to be some real racist shit, you know? Like, really? Like, if you gotta say I'm not racist, but you probably are. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that my initial thought when I heard people talking and I looked over here and I saw two young black gentleman standing by the dumpster, I thought, that's probably the trash man. Now, if that makes me racist, I mean, I wasn't like, yeah, that's the, that they need to be the trash, but I was just like, oh, maybe it's the trash man. So when I walked around here, they were actually, it was her two brothers that were, why were they even, I don't even know where they came from because she didn't have a vehicle. But anyway, they were here. It was the young lady and her two brothers. And I was like, oh, hey, like, I'm sorry. Like, I was hoping that maybe somebody was up here. I'm like, I have to do something with this cat. And the girl's like, do you need help? And I'm thinking, the fact that she was that eager to offer her assistance to me, being a stranger, lets you know how decent of a human being she was. You know what I mean? And she had left that place. She went to the donut shop way down here, and they told her they were going to call the cops on her. This is not even their property. She went in there. They told her she could use the restroom, and then said they were going to call the cops on her. So anyway, so I was like, I would never ask you to help me with that. I'm acting like it's not a big deal, but I'm not just used to, like, dealing with dead carcasses and stuff, but my dogs are like distraught about it. So I'm like, I got to do something. So I was like, actually, if you want to help, like, you could just kind of like cheer me on, like, morally, just kind of be like, you got this, that'll help. And so I did it, but that was the first time, and this has been within the last few months, probably the last 3 months, that I realized how often this probably happens. Because I've had two people at my house that had to get the rides to come get them from my house because they left that place, and they were just, they were so just shaking, just traumatized from that place.
Yeah, behind that foolishness. Like, oh my God. And I'm way up here.
And I understand, I get it when you are trying to get your life together. You don't want to be, like they say that it is good sometimes to change people, places, whatever. So I understand, but to go to a rehab facility, if you are going to send your loved ones, and let's be honest, most people that are sending their loved ones to get help, the loved ones that are sending them there are also the ones who have put all of the family's burdens onto them. This is all part of the scapegoat process, so you're fine with them going to another town, out of sight, out of mind. You want those burdens that you have placed, the whole family has placed all these burdens on the one family member. By all means, get that person and all the damage that they've caused to the family with their addiction, never mind the other sibling that has, like, that's a workaholic, or, just, it's so sick and twisted. But anyway, so I get it. You want to get rid of that family member. You just want them to get help somewhere else. We can't look at you anymore. But then also for the person's sake, yeah, starting somewhere fresh, that's fine. But I don't know that people understand what you are putting, like, and it's not all places. I don't think all places are this bad, but you can't think that human beings are that fucking awful. And it's just, I highly doubt that it's just confined to this one area, but humans everywhere else are somehow maintaining a relatively decent, no, it's fucked. And like I was saying earlier, like, the correctional facilities, I can't even imagine, because these people at least lie to themselves and say that they're helping people. Right. People that get into the people that go to work at a prison, how did you get into that line of work? I'm asking anybody out there that has worked at a prison, a correctional facility, anybody that gets a paycheck from a business that makes their money off of people, enslaving people, and the longer they're there, the more money they can make off of this human being. And you get to go hold somebody hostage, hold them captive, and fucking tell me what good you thought you were going to do when you got into that line of work. I want to hear an inspirational story about a person that got into that. Because why? Because I think that, that is, we think it's horrible to, oh my God, there used to be slaves. Oh my God, that's so horrible. I can't believe we used to have slaves. Now we have slaves that we make a profit off of. like, is that not even, can we not even, like, acknowledge that? Now it's a fucking business. Now the slaves don't even know. The slaves are the ones that are on the paycheck,
do
you know?
all the chores, and it was like, I got on the mop the second day. Mop in the front, you mop one room, and then you got to clean the refrigerators. You got a day room.
The refrigerators where the staff keeps the stuff,
Yeah.
right? Y'all don't even, you're cleaning up their mess.
Thank you. Duh, thank you.
So that, because they have their homes with their husbands and their happy lives. So they bring their lunches every day and put them in there, and then don't eat them because they end up, probably like ordering, that DoorDash or whatever, yeah. So they let their shit because and they probably and the people that run places like this are the kind of people that fucking, and the people I'm talking about, that their ketchup. If you want to know about a person, look at their ketchup bottle in their refrigerator. You know what I mean? You got the people that know somehow how to squeeze it out, and maybe even if a little gets on the top, you wipe it off. And then you have the people that have the fucking, it don't even click shut. It's got just so much dried up ketchup. Those are the fucking people who you're cleaning up after, aren't you?
I said, yeah, you're right.
Do you want to go to the house? We can go to the house. I mean, this gazebo's like
really,
solid,
to be
but
honest with you, dog, I wouldn't want to miss it either. But
do you have a phone?
I don't have a phone on me now.
Do you know anybody's number?
He probably might be gone. My brother, that's the one I called earlier.
Well, we could put. I mean, however, if you're fine sitting here, I'll sit here with you. Because I came out here anyway, like I was going to be out here anyway. So I do talk a lot anyway. I really hate to be so much. I don't mind coming, but I don't want to intrude on you. As long as you're fine sitting here, I am too. Or do you want me to go get you another jacket or something? Are you cold?
Yeah, you probably could go get me another jacket.
Let me do this. We're going to pause this live. Let me see. If I have 1,000 people on here, I have 0. All right. Before I go, I should probably say something positive. No, actually, I had no intention of getting on here and saying anything positive. I positively am disgusted with humans. So if you're out there and you're doing good, keep it up. But if you're out there trying to help people, go fuck yourself. Do better. And don't come on my page if you think I have an attitude problem, because I really was going to get a lot more ugly with it before this lovely lady showed up. And I've kind of been just going, this wasn't even the direction I was going to take. Yeah, they were like, you have a bad attitude. I was like, really? Because I'm literally just like doing, not even like the full warm up. I'm just like rolling my feet right now, like just warming up my ankles. Like I ain't even get started yet. You're about to see a fucking bad attitude. But with that being said, thank you if you're still watching. If you are my 0, I got 1. No, I don't. We've been on here for how long? 2 hours, I think. That's good. That's good, guys. All right. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and read all y'all's comments later. There's so many, guys, but I want you to know I do appreciate all of you. I do get the roses that you send me. I do, guys. I will tell you, I do have stalkers. It's scary, but I'm brave. Okay, don't worry about me. I can deal with these stalkers. They're top shelf. I don't even know that they're there half the time. Sometimes I wonder if I do even have people following me. Sometimes I feel like almost maybe I'm not as special as I think I am. But okay. On that note, everybody, look. These are the real veterans. Look, no, veterans, if you fought for our country, I do appreciate you, and you had your day yesterday, but today, I think today should be for the brave men and women that have to go to these fucking shitholes that make it out alive, because like they were fighting for their freedom, and now they're just fucking, they're like, what is anything? So, okay, I'm gonna sign off on that note. Don't forget to use your blinker. Don't forget no sex in the champagne room, no matter what a stripper tells you, okay? Jesus loves you. Say your prayers. Be good. Don't try to help people. If you're going to help them, ask them how they want to be helped. If not, just fucking leave them alone. You know what I mean? That's what most people want to be left the fuck alone. And everybody, if you want to just say it, like just say fuck you, Woodlake, you motherfuckers. Okay, have a good night. All right, we're done. Bye.